So you mentioned food. It is important that, especially as women, that we eat before we come into the gym.
Yep.
And after? Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything in particular? Any hints there for me?
Yeah, okay. So with your, it's what we would call a pre-workout meal and a post-workout meal. A pre-workout meal will only really matter if you're training weights first thing in the morning, because you need to get something in quick so you don't burn muscle while you're training. A pre-workout meal shouldn't really matter if you're training during the day, because hopefully if your diet's right, and you can get a diet from a lot of places including your site, your diet will be right and you won't need to put the nutrients in that you're about to use because you would have been eating all day long.
Yeah.
So a pre-workout meal matters in the morning if you haven't been eating, obviously when you first wake up. And the best pre-workout meal will be a liquid meal because you need to get it in quick. Personally, if I woke up at, say I wanted to train at 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't necessarily want to wake up at 4:30 and eat a steak just so it would be digested and ready to go when I'm ready to train. So what I do is I have my protein shake or maybe some branched chain amino acids, maybe a little bit of dextrose for carbohydrates, and some glutamine. Now these are all things that I'm about to use, my body's about to use when I train weights. Okay, now it does change depending on what event you're about to do, what sport you're about to do. So in the gym I know that we use mainly the energy system ATP to CP. Now that's protein, believe it or not. Now the old carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, ATP CP that's the name of the energy system that we use when we lift weights. Now that is protein. It comes from protein. CP is creatine phosphate, and that comes from amino acids, which is protein. Long story short. So if you know that you're, okay, this is a question for you then. If you know that you're about to use CP in the gym, and you know that CP is creatine phosphate, which is protein, what should you eat then before you go and lift weights?
Protein.
Protein, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So protein is what you need to eat, right? Not so much the carbs, because you don't use that many carbs when you lift weights.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put a little bit in, which I do, because you may dip into that energy system a little bit, but if it's, okay, the easy way to remember, if it's hard and fast, you're probably using CP. If it's long and slow, you're probably using glycogen, which is carbohydrates.
And if it's the long and slow one, that's like our slow cardio.
Yeah, yeah. Or a long run, or a long swim.
And they're the ones you don't eat before, right? Because you want to burn fat. No?
That's, again,
I'm
in
mixing two things.
Yeah. So for your pre-workout meal, you would eat before you do anything. If you know anything about your heart rate, if your heart rate goes above 130 in an event, you have to eat before it.
Okay.
If you're going to keep your heart rate under 130, which is just a long, slow walk, then you don't necessarily have to eat before it because you're at the stage where you can burn fat.
Okay. Cool.
Sort of makes sense?
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.